Hey everyone, I'm Kevin. Welcome to this Mini Makers instructional video. Today, I'm going to help you build this kit.
Okay, so we have the conveyor belt kit here today. So first things we're gonna do is we're gonna take out all of our pieces and we're gonna lay them all out. So we should have one conveyor belt, one battery pack, a motor, a bag of all the pieces that we're gonna need, and 2 wooden boards of wooden pieces. So you're just gonna pop all of those out and let's lay them in front of us like this. Perfect. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our battery pack and connect it to our motor. So you wanna twist the ends of their wires there so they're nice and straight, and then you're gonna put the black wire through the right port of the motor. So that's the black wire to the right port, and you're gonna fold it over and give it a little twist so it's connected securely. After you've done that, you're gonna take the red wire that's gonna go through the left port of the motor, and you're gonna do that. And you're gonna twist the ends or make it a little bit straighter so it's easier to go through. There we go. And you're gonna fold over the ends just like that and give it a little twist. Perfect. Now that the wires are on securely, we can attach the holdings supports for the motor. So those are these two, and they basically just clip on right in. So you just want to make sure they have the right orientation, and they should pop right on. So after you've done that, you want to open your little bag of parts here, and you want to take out this white corkscrew. So you're going to take out this white corkscrew and you're just going to place it on the end of your motor. And this is going to take a little bit of force, so just take your time with it and apply even pressure, and it should go in there really nice and easily. Perfect. Nice. All right. Next, you're going to take these 2 long supports and you're going to attach these middle parts in between. So that's just going to go like that. Like that, and then the other part goes on the other side. And you want to be careful with these parts are made out of wood, and they are pretty thin, so they are quite fragile. And you just want to make this rectangular little box here like this. Yeah, so you just want to be careful not to break any of the pieces. So once you've done this, you're going to take this and you're going to put it onto the bottom of your box, just like this. And so this is the part you really want to be careful. So these pieces, they fit in very weirdly, so they have a tendency of breaking. So you just want to be really careful with it. So once you've done that and you've gotten the box fitted on there nice and snugly, you want to turn it over and you'll see that there are 4 places to put screws in. This is just to hold the box in nice and tightly. So you're going to take out your screwdriver and you take your screws and you're going to screw all 4 of these in. And I find it's really easier if you have a screwdriver with a magnetic tip on it. That way it can hold the screws itself. So now that once you have that all fitted, you're going to take your motor and then you're going to take this piece right here and you want to just attach it there. Just be sure that the motor is facing the correct direction. So you want the piece with the corkscrew on it facing the part of this piece that goes up, basically. So just like this. And again, these pieces are very snug, so you want to take your time and try not to break any of the pieces. It helps if you just give it a little wiggle to get it in there, and once you do, just give it a little push and you should be good. Next, you're just going to take the other side and you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to put it on the other piece. Just make sure everything is put it in correctly. Just put it on the other side. Here I am, I'm just making sure that everything's lined up before I give it a final little squeeze. And there we go, that's put in. So then you want to take your screws and you want to secure these. So there are 2 securing screws, I believe, on this part. Nice. So then what you want to do is you want to basically attach this motor part to your rest of your platform. So you're just going to put it right there. So just clean up all the edges, make sure there's nothing overhanging, and just line up those pieces. So once that piece is on there, you want to take your battery pack and take some screws and attach that. So there are 2 holes on the board for the battery pack, and there will be a couple holes in the battery pack itself. So you just want to line those up and then screw them in. There we go. And then just screw the other one in as well. And now you're going to make the cylinders that are going to hold the conveyor belt. So you're going to want to find all of these pieces and you're just going to put them in together. So with this part, it's important to note that these pieces have 2 sides. One side that is longer, like the piece in my left hand right now. One side is longer and the other side is shorter. And you want to make sure that both sides are the same. So here you can see I'm putting both of the longer sides in, so that the pieces are the same length. This is important later on. There I am fitting them in. Now I'm going to put the other side on. Just make sure everything's lined up and give it a little squeeze, and it should pop on nicely. There we go. So now this is why we have one longer side and one shorter side. So we're going to put 2 of these spacers in on this side. Now these are a little difficult to put on, so just take your time and apply some pressure and you should be able to get them on no problem. And one on this side. And now you see we're going to put one more piece on this side. There. Just making sure that that is all seated. And now we finally put the large circles on. And so to secure everything in place, we have 4 screws, 2 on each side, that we're going to screw in. And now you're gonna build 2 more of these. One more of these. So just do the steps that we've just done, but do them again. And then for this piece, we're gonna do something a little bit different. So we're gonna put this base plate on it. So you're gonna take some screws and line up the holes and just screw it in. You're gonna line up the other hole and do the same. So next, after this, you want to take one of your metal rods and you just want to push it through. Then you're going to put an orange stopper and you're going to thread this piece through, making sure to put your other gear in between. So this gear is going to connect with the corkscrew on the motor, and that's what's going to help turn your machine here. There we go. And now, since it's a little bit wobbly, we got to put the other support on. I'm just lining up it now. So now here's the other support. You're just going to put it on, fit it through the hole. Making sure that it's centered, then you're gonna put your orange stoppers on top. And now before we do anything else, we gotta screw everything in. So we have 6 screws that we have to put in at the bottom here. There are 4 to hold in the motor and 2 to hold in the support. Now, once you have done that, it's time to put on the conveyor belt. So you're just gonna want to push out your wheel here. Just tell it that you have enough room to slip the conveyor belt through, or you could just do this. You could do the conveyor belt beforehand. Up to you. But I'm just slipping it through, being careful not to put too much pressure so I don't break any of the pieces. There we go. And I just want to adjust the conveyor belt so that it fits perfectly on there. Stretching it out, just making sure I have everything fit correctly. Now you're going to put these 4 support pieces on top. These are going to support the large leg, which are going to hold the other wheel. Just be careful with these, as these parts are also brittle and we don't want to break them. Here I am putting on the other pieces. And if they are a little bit snug, all you have to do is just wiggle a little bit and it'll fit in there nicely. I'm just making sure that everything there is in there tight. So the next step is to put these 2 pieces together. So this is the large arm that supports the other wheel for your conveyor belt. I'm just getting rid of some scrap wood there. Now we're going to put the other one on. And to secure these, there are 2 screws that you can put in. I'm just going to do that now. There we go. And just one more screw on the other side. now that you've done this, you can then put it onto your total platform. Just be careful that when you're pushing down, you don't put too much pressure and break the pieces. And just push these all the way down so that the attachments go through the holes. So then once you've done that, you can then, I'm just adjusting the conveyor belt right now, but then you can just put the conveyor belt over the other cylinder, make sure it's oriented correctly, and then take a metal rod and push it through. There you go. And to secure these, you're just going to take some of these orange stoppers and put them on the ends. And you'll have some extra pieces and screws left over. Do not worry about those. And that is how you make a conveyor belt. Thank you for watching.